What's up, people? Welcome back to my channel once again. This is me, Dr. Prashna Suvedi. The topic here is my experience about USMLE STEP 2 examination that I took recently, almost 2 weeks back, but my result is yet to come. So I will just talk about my exam day experience and provide you a few suggestions on what I felt. So let's start. So what basically I did was I studied for almost 11 months, not continuous, but it was interrupted study because I was working full time. That is, full time means not just 10 to 5, but I was working 24/7 on call that way. So that was a busy year for me because of these, because of the study, because of the work, because of other things like few personal things, few health checkups, few visits. So that was a busy year for me. So I took my step one examination on last March, and after that 11 months, I took my step two examination. So what I suggest you to do is that if you are planning to do step two, then 4 to 5 months is optimum. So because if you tend to take more time, then there is a high possibility that you will start forgetting the things you have studied previously. So previous topics. So you need to separate time for the revision of that. So basically, what I think is you study, and when you are in the peak moment, when you feel like you have studied like lots of things and you are in the active state of mind, then you should take the exam. So that's the best way to do. 4 to 5 months is optimum. That is what I felt. And but if you are working together and with your study preparation, then it might take a long time. It might take a long time for you. So that's about my duration, and let's talk about the exam day. What exactly happened at the exam day? I had some probably 7 hours of sleep, but it was very interrupted sleep, not the sound of sleep that I expected. And I woke up at 6:30, ate something, and went to the exam center. And the exam started on 8:30, and it ended at around 5:30. So I was basically the first one to enter and the last one to get out because I was the only one taking the step two exam at that center, and all others were step one exam takers. So that was it. So and it was a very straining exam, straining for your mind, straining for your eyes. And you can see my previous video that just after getting out from the exam, I was all sleepy with droopy eyelids, not that ptosis, but kind of droopy. And I was a blurry. In fact, I was um, I was having some blurred visions. So that was a tough straining exam. So it was all about mental fatigue, and eye fatigue, and all the fatigue kinds of fatigue you can imagine. So that was it. And I took breaks in between the blocks, so that helped me a lot. And I used to wash my face in between in the breaks. And I ate things too. So what my bag included was I took bananas, Cadbury, dairy milk, and ORS, yeah, ORS solution, water and juice. So, and also apple. So that way it helped me get some energy. So that was it. So it was strenuous. So talking about the materials, so what I did was I did a UOLD almost 80 to 90% of it, and besides that I did emboss, but only half of the emboss I did. So it was around 1,500 questions. So that included biostats, behavioral sciences, social sciences, and those quality control things. And yeah, I also did that IELTS emboss. So that was a good that was a good practice for me. So You can find it as a free subscription trial in Embo's website too. And if you have time, so what I suggest, if you have time, you can use to do NBME same form. So NBME same form, it seems to be a little easy one, but the approach, the concept are the basic ones, so which are usually needed for the examinations. So that is what I felt about the NBME same form, but I didn't, I couldn't complete all of it. I just did 25% of it. So in that way. So, and yes, and if you have time, you should do NBME 9 to 14. I think that is 15 too. So you can do that. NBME, then all these NBME sets contains 200 questions. You can find it in online. So that's a good one to do. Good one for a practice after you have completed the U World. And other than that, you can do USWA 1 2 3 is there. So 200 questions. I think that 200 160 I forgot. So somewhere like something like that. So you should do USWA and of course all these NBME same as sorry USWA predicts some score, so you can just get an idea of how much you are scoring. But what I think is that if you are scoring at around 230 plus in your practice exam, then you are easily gonna score maybe at least 20, at least 240. That is what I think. But I don't know. I cannot be sure. It is not my guarantee. But that is what I have felt seeing the exam experiences written in Reddit by most of the exam takers. So that's it. So and besides all those things, what you can do? So you can study first study step one. You can do a good. It can help you a lot because the basic concepts are utilized from there. There is something called first aid step two CK, but I didn't study that, so I don't know much about that. So there is a book. You can also see that if you have time. So basically, what metals should you study if you have a very limited time or short time? So I think you do either a UL or MBOS and do some practice examinations. So what matters in the exam day? Since it's a long exam, almost 8 to 9 hours of exam. So what you should do is train your brain to solve exam questions. So you should do at least 40 to 100 questions every day and solve it and do it in timer mode too. You can do it first do it in timer mode, then after that you can see the answers and solve solution and know the concept. So it's very critical that you do it in timer mode because score time is marks here. Because in the exam, what I mentioned that it will be very difficult for you to finish in time. So basically, what happened with me was I almost four of my blocks were the questions were with number. The size of the question was pretty simple, moderate size. But for the other four blocks were, oh my god, the question was very long. Most of the questions were very long, and all of my blocks got auto submitted. So that's the reason I am advising you to have do this question practice and on time mode. So that's it. So yeah, and take breaks at least two break every 2 blocks, or you can also take on table break without going outside, just in the table, staying there. You can do that, or you can wash your face in between the breaks. That will help you a lot. And so, what matters on the exam day? Two things. Uh, Only two things, because most people study everything there is to study. So the basic course content. So theory isn't that what matters. What matters is that the time management and active concentration that you have in on the exam day. You need to study in between the lines, so you need to focus. You need to have a good concentration on what the question is asking you. And yes, there is something called how to approach the exam. So what I did was I used to study the last line of the question. Then I used to study the options. Then only after that I will go to the start of the question. So that and scan the question. So that way it help me save time. That's the approach I did initially. So and if I get confused with that approach, then I used to do uh, I have to go thoroughly through the question. So that is how I did. So you can also do that, and of course you are ruling out the most of the options. So ruling out is always a much needed approach. You can do that. You can do it that way. So that is what I felt. So what else should I talk about? Yeah. So if you have few weeks into your exam, then what I suggest you to do is just do revision, do question practice. Question practice is a must. Do question practice even a day before the exam. So that is how you train a brain, eyes, and mind. Sorry, brain, eyes to solve questions. That is what should be done. So and also go through the concepts or difficult ones or the notes you have made. So that will be very easy. So that's guys. That's how I did my exam. How what I felt. And if you guys have any quick queries, please let me know in the comments section. I will try my best to help you. So hoping for a good result. I don't know what I'm gonna get. How much I will score. I'm not expecting a high score, but yeah, I'm expecting pretty good or maybe average score. But I don't. I'm not expecting very low score too. So let's see what happens. So what I felt after the exam was I think I could have done better. But yeah, what mattered was the presence of mind. It was not the theory that mattered because I studied lots of things. What mattered was the active presence of mind. So sometimes I felt that I'm feeling like dumb, but my mind is not working. Mostly in the last two blocks. Oh my god, that was very tough. I was feeling very sleepy, and I felt like just finishing the exam. So that was tough. Last blocks were tough. So that's it for guys. That's it for now. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Do let me know in the comments what to do next. Bye bye.